up, everybody, and welcome back to Howlin Garage. How are you guys doing today? We got a beautiful little Chevy truck in here. The reason it's in here is not for paint. You might think that this truck's in here for paint, but sadly it's not yet anyways, but maybe down the road it will be. But right now, this is my friend Joe's pickup truck. It's got a weird little little noise to it. He had the engine built by an engine builder here in town. Got an up and down reputation with that engine builder. Not gonna say who it is, because honestly I don't care. I ain't into bashing nobody. I'm not saying I'm any better, but we're gonna go ahead and have a little look. I believe it's a lifter or something, maybe a valve adjustment's off a little bit. It's kind of what it seems like to me. It doesn't seem super major, but it's definitely got a little lifter tick or a push rod tick to it. So yeah, we're gonna open it up, see what we got. So I really wouldn't even want to paint this truck just because I love the way it looks. It's just a good looking truck. It's got the old 4-speed in it. Sounds like it runs great. Sounds like it's tuned really good. Like it's tuned pretty proper, but like I said, it's just got a little slight tick to it. I believe it's on the passenger side, and yeah, but for right now, we'll fire it up, let you listen to it, let me listen to it, and then kind of get a game plan. We'll pull the valve cover off and then check all the push rods, maybe just readjust all the valves just in case, just to make sure they were done properly. Pretty much all we're really gonna do. I don't expect to find a lot wrong, but you never can tell sometimes. Sometimes it's just is what it is, basically. So yeah, cool little truck. It's got a real nice interior in it. Like I said, it's got the 4-speed in it with the granny low. Real cool truck. So we want to make sure we keep it that way. Yeah, I'm just guessing something's out of adjustment or something like that. But yeah, we'll check it out, see what it says, see what the truck tells us. All right, let's see what we got under here. Oh yeah. Oh man, this thing's got aluminum heads on it. Got the Flowtech heads on it. I believe this side is the side that's making a little noise. It's got the MSD ignition on it. I drove the truck around the block just real quick. Didn't get on or nothing, just wanted to see, you know, what the overall tune-up of the truck felt like. And honestly, as far as drivability and the tune-up and how the carburetor felt and how everything was working and the clutch and everything on this truck, I actually felt great. The truck actually runs and drives really good. I'll fire the truck up so we can listen to it, and hopefully the camera will pick it up. I think it will. Yeah, I can hear that. It does sound like a lifter or a push rod backed off maybe just a little bit. I'm not hearing anything over here. I'm most definitely hearing it right there. Like I said, this truck seems like it runs really good. It's nice and smooth, nice and flat. I don't hear any misfiring. Not jumping around, and it doesn't seem like it has any vacuum leaks or anything. Actually seems really good. All right, so this has got the fancy little T-handles on there. Just get a good look at everything. Ooh, that one's tight. Looks like the valve cover has a tiny little leak here. I think I got new gaskets in my gasket box. I have like a lot of gaskets that I keep in a gasket box, just miscellaneous bunch of everything in there. So if it needs a gasket, we'll go ahead and glue a gasket to the valve cover. I like putting them on the valve cover better. Had good luck with them that way. Nice clean engine bay. Engine's nice clean. Whole truck's really clean. That's my kind of customer right there. I like that. I like when everything's just nice and clean, easy to work on. Small block Chevys, it's probably one of my favorite engines, absolutely, period. So that's good. I've had a lot of them, I've worked on a lot of them, and I've broke a lot of them. So, you know, when you break a lot of them, you really learn fast how to work on them. Let's see what we find here. Oh, it's got rocker arms and everything on it. It's got roller rockers on it. I didn't actually even know that, so that's kind of cool. Turn my air conditioner off so we can hear to make sure. Anyways, so yeah, that's got some nice nice roller rocker arms on it. Everything looks nice and clean. Oil looks nice and clean.
The noise is actually coming from back here. And I have an old valve cover that I can cut. That way we can listen to it and watch it while it's running. I don't know if these heads came assembled, but I know these are Chinese heads. Flowtech is straight off the boat from China, which I'm not knocking them. I've actually know a few people have ran them, and honestly they said they ran and worked fine. So
woo, hot. Hot baby. She's hot. She's hot. Okay, just made me a quick little tool. Might look a little funny to some of y'all. Some of you older guys are gonna know exactly what this is for. And I used to have one of these and I can't find it, and pretty sure I probably threw it away. But anyways, what I do that for is just to collect oil, because I want to hear the engine running. See if I can pinpoint the problem just a little bit easier. And this just helps to catch the oil and keep oil off the headers and stuff from going everywhere. Now you can adjust valves with the truck running. A lot of people do it. A lot of old school guys do it. I don't prefer to do it that way. I never feel like I can get it just right or zone in just right to the sound. I'm kind of hard hearing anyways, but I just don't rely on that method. I don't like that method. I never really have. So what I like to do is just turn the engine like a quarter turn and then do it all by feel. Make sure you get all the jiggle out of it, and then set your preload like half turn. I've heard quarter turn. A lot of guys argue, oh, quarter turn or half turn or 3/4 turn. I do a half turn. And I've never, ever had a problem. I've put many cams and many 350 small blocks and some big blocks. Never had a problem, promise you that. So I do a half turn on the preload, so we'll go through each one. But right now what we're gonna do is fire it up. Hopefully this will catch most of the oil from getting on the headers and really making his engine bay kind of ugly and you know, smell bad and stuff like that. See if we can pinpoint a problem. Nothing to it really. This is all just kind of easy backyard mechanic stuff. See if we can pop this on there real quick. Should just go right on, just like all. I already deburred it and made sure there's no metal from where I cut it. And voila. Running. Can't tell exactly which one it is yet. Back the poly lock off, maybe a turn or two. I don't need to be a whole lot. And like I said, I'll go about I don't know, 3/4 turn, and then I'll turn it the rest of the way with the poly lock and get it locked down. 5/8 wrench. Back them boys off just a little bit, just to where you get the push rod to shake up and down. That's all we're going to take out of it, is just the up and down movement. A lot of guys try to get it too tight and they'll try to shake them or spin them. A lot of guys will get them too tight and they'll try and spin them. That is way too tight. You'll have a valve open and it won't start. Just where you get the play out of it, the up and down play out of it, and then that's it. That's all you want to do. No more than that. No more than that. Just where it's, you get that up and down movement. That's all we're going for, right? Here, right there. That's it. Those are completely off now. Like I said, a lot of guys will go to where they drag or when they spin. I feel like that's a little too tight. I just get it to where it doesn't go up and down anymore. You can just barely feel it all the way around. And then we'll turn the motor over, like I said, until we get them all that tight in every position, or at the bottom base of the cam where there's no more shake in there. You can barely hear it, just like that. Then when we start tightening them up, we'll just turn the motor over until it's all out of it. All that play is out of it, and then we'll preload a half a turn. And like I said, we'll probably do a 1/4 turn with the poly lock to lock the poly lock down. That center lock key right here, this is the poly lock. We'll do a 1/4 turn at the very end to lock it all down. They're all backed off, and they're just barely moving. So now we'll start tightening them up, just like that. Okay, so I've rotated the motor over roughly
quarter of a turn. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect because you can do it as many times as it takes or you need or whatever. And we're just going to feel for some play now. So that one's got slack, this one does not. This one's got slack, so we're going to take that slack up. That's all we're doing. This one here's got a lot of slack, so tighten that baby up right there. You know, you can spin it just to make sure everything's going good. Actually, that one feels a little funny. You know what? I'm gonna take that off and let's have a little look here. Make sure we ain't got a push rod galling up or doing something weird, because the camera would focus a little bit. You want to make sure it's not rounding off to one side. It's got a little tiny groove in it. That might have been the one. It's got a tiny teeny little groove in it, but it's not bad. It's definitely still spinning. It's not lopsided or one-sided, but it felt funny when I went to go tighten it up. So we're going to keep an eye on that one. That's on number 6 exhaust valve. It's number 6 exhaust valve right here. So yeah, I'm going to keep an eye on that one. I think it's okay. I think I might have another set of push rods. I don't know what size these are. Should tell you somewhere, but if not, might stick another push rod in this thing real quick. Let me dig through my boxes real fast. Alright, got the push rod in there where it needs to be. Stick that baby on right there. And she's in her home. Okay. Everything's facing the right direction. Gotta double check sometimes, man. Gotta double check everything's seated and it's in the lifter. I shined a light down there. Make sure the push rod was in the lifter the way it was supposed to be, so we're all good there. Okay, on to the next one. That one's tight. This one should be loose, yep. So we're gonna go right down with it. Take up that slack. Okay, that means it's at the bottom of the cam lobe. That's what you want. You tighten at the bottom of the cam lobe, so when it comes up and compresses, you're at the right stuff. You don't want too tight because the hydraulic lifter won't hydraulic up. It won't pressure up. You want it to pressure up and raise up. So that's what we need. That's what we want. All right, now we'll get my wrench and spin the motor over again and just keep on doing that over and over and over. Over and over and over until we get it, till we're good and confident, and then we'll give them all a half turn. That'll be enough. And like I said, we can do this over and over and over. It doesn't matter how many times you do it, till you're good and confident you got all the slack out. Just the up and down motion. Just the up and down motion is all we're getting out of there. If it spins, that's good. We want it to spin, but we don't want it to go any up and down. Pretty much zero up and down motion is what we're kind of getting after here. It'll go pretty quick. We're not doing both sides, like I said, right now anyway. Don't feel there's any need to. It ain't a race, you know. We got some good music going on. We got some oldies, some rockabilly going on. We're just gonna hang out. Okay, so this one's probably the only one that needs just a little. Go back through, make sure. Make sure and make sure. Maybe just a little on that one. Okay, and we'll turn it over again. We'll just keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it, and then we'll finally lock them down and see how she runs after that. We're just gonna go quarter turn, and not quite a quarter on this one. So just about a quarter where we were. Run the poly lock down like I said. And then we'll turn them both together that last little bit. If I can get a hold of this where it needs to be. Hopefully you guys can see that. Sorry if you can't. But it's that last little bit right there. And that is locked down. I ain't going nowhere. Make sure the poly lock's backed off, and it is. And go about a quarter turn-ish. And then not quite a full quarter turn here. We'll go down just right there. That one was a little off actually. Run the poly lock down till it's tight, and then we'll turn them both together that last little bit. Just like that. And that's it. Valves are adjusted as far as I'm concerned. So we'll let it run for a little bit, even if it is making a little noise. Let it come back up to some good oil pressure and make sure we got it out of there. I am honestly not hearing it really at all, I don't think. That's kind of why I wanted to put that valve cover on there. Maybe you could be able to hear it a little better. I think we're good. Maybe that one was just a little too tight where it was collapsing the hydraulic lifter and it was putting slack in it. I'm not real sure, but I think we got it. I'm gonna let the truck get all the way up to temperature, maybe drive it around the block real quick with the other valve cover on it, of course. Not gonna drive it with this valve cover on it, but we'll put the other valve cover on it and let it come up to temperature, take it for a spin, let it idle, and listen to it again as it comes up to temperature, make sure everything's good. But I think it's like a sewing machine right now, honestly. It is quiet. Don't hear anything still. I've got the valve cover back on it, got everything hooked back up. Gonna take it for a little drive, and we'll drive it back, let it get up to temperature, and see if anything changes. I think we got it though. Feeling confident. Feeling confident anyway. Let's go for a cruise. Another thing that we can definitely look into is, I don't know what oil he's got in this thing, but every now and then you can kind of thicken up the oil. Sometimes it'll take some of that out of there. If you have a lifter that's not wanting to pump up quite properly or something like that, that might be something to look into. But right now I don't hear it still, so I think we're going to be okay. I think I'll be able to call Joe, and you know, and if it backs off again, then we know we have some sort of problem somewhere, and then at that time it'd probably be a good time to go ahead and put a new camshaft and the whole new lifter set in. Because if it backs off again, he's probably got a cam going flat, and you don't want all the metal and stuff, you know, floating around in the engine. I think I hear just the tiniest little exhaust leak. Been a long time since I drove old 4-speed. It's kind of fun. Truck feels like it's got a lot of power. I have not hot rodded it at all, but it just feels good. Tune-up feels good. Even the little Edelbrock carburetor actually feels really, really good. And believe me when I say I have fought with an Edelbrock carburetor before. This one feels good. Yeah, the truck pulls really good. Pulls really fine. I like it. I love me an old truck, man. This thing is awesome. Old man just gave me a thumbs up. All in all, truck feels good, sounds good. We will go and check for noises. Like I said, if it comes back, we know we got the poly lock tight, we know everything's pretty much done, about as good as you can do it. So I would assume that maybe he's got a cam going flat on a lobe, or he's got a weak lifter, something to that effect. If it starts making noise again, because I know for sure we got it tight. I know we got the preload in there, and I know the poly lock is tight. So yeah, I don't hear anything right now though. Truck sounds and runs good. It's got good oil pressure. Just sitting here. Take it back to the house. I'll call Joe and see what he wants to do. He works out of town, so he won't be able to come pick up the truck for a few days, but I'll let him know that it's all finished up for him, and see what he wants to do after that.